your boy Bleeves. Everybody listen up. Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket, that crypto wallet, that bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. 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 Party, I'm a real go-getter. Rock a fur coat, but it's not chinchilla. Who's that dude with the master plan? It's Mr. Pinecone with the mic in my hand. I ball on a budget, got a bag full of nuggets. Living life to the fullest before I'm kicking the bucket. No time for the haters, I'm the meat and potatoes. I'm the product of Anunnaki and godly invaders. You wanna go down the rabbit hole? Well, come along with me. Let me phone comb. Let me take you on a trip to the Pleiades or the seven seas. We can sail them all. Bring your dungarees and your toothbrush, your knapsack. We'll have a nightcap, then I'll bring you back. Mr. Pinecone's come a long, long way, so everybody get sideways. Sing it. I can't wait till Friday. Everybody's getting sideways. Pass the bottle back my way. Everybody's getting sideways.
What is going on, everybody? I hope everybody's having a great evening. My name is Bleeves. This is Bedtime with Bleeves, where we're going to tuck you in with all of that sweet, sweet nectar of information that you've been so desperate for all day long. But I think we start off with, why did the market not do a crazy pump if we got such good CPI data? And the answer is because Jerome Powell started looking like a baby. He did not want to see what happened today. He did not want to see that CPI. Now, let me rephrase that. He did want to see the number look good, but he did not want to see the markets having a huge reaction. And then the market said, oh God, if we have a huge reaction, this prick is going to raise rates even higher to try to tank us, because his sole purpose right now is to make sure that these markets are, I don't want to say struggling because it's not an accurate word, but he wants it. There has to be pain. And if you don't have a lot of money and you're investing in anything like the stock market or something like that, he is out for you. If you're rich, everything's fine for you because your old boy Jerome, he's got your back. But also, Sam Bankman-Fried has been denied bail. We're going to get into all that and more starting right now with the news. All right, guys, you can see right here, Dow futures 125. They've been climbing since we closed for the day, and I have a feeling that they're really waiting for this 50 basis points. And once this 50 basis points has been confirmed, then I think the market starts to take off, and then we start to get into that 20,000 range on Bitcoin. We start to get in that 1,500 range on Ethereum. I think we start to see a real market rally, but the markets are still a little bit spooked because they know that Jerome Powell is out there and he's doing everything he can to wreck everybody that he can. And it does not help when you have a situation like what happened yesterday and today with Sam Bankman-Fried. Now, say what you want about what's going on and the whole situation, but we should at least be able to have a conversation that he was about to testify in front of Congress and would probably say things that he could get in trouble for. And then all of a sudden he's arrested right before testifying. Even several congressmen today questioned the timing of what's going on because it looks like Uncle Gary. And remember, that's his name to Sam Bankman-Fried, Uncle Gary. Uncle Gary issued an arrest warrant immediately to shut him up. So I think that Joseph Bankman and Barbara Fried, who most people are saying is really behind everything, I think they reached out to their bought and paid SEC guy and just kind of, arrested him. And I think they're trying to cover something up. And they're probably trying to cover up their involvement in the whole thing. So we'll see how it plays out. But I think we should also point out that Gary Gensler and the SEC, Gary Gensler has to go. He is a bum. He's a scumbag. And he is everything that is wrong with the way the government does business. Now, if you want to know why I think that, aside from what should be obvious, let's go back to John Hinman and the Hinman papers that I referenced this morning. The Hinman papers are the opinion of the SEC on crypto as what it is considered, or whether it's considered a security or not a security. It's not comprehensive. Excuse me, it's not comprehensive, but it is an accounting and a testimony of what they thought at that time. And it was policy, and they were following John Hinman as policy. Here's the problem. The problem is Gary Gensler decided against that, and he decided to just change the rules in the middle of the game in order to start attacking. And, he looks like that. He looks like that little girl in the bunny rabbit outfit in the Ruin a Children's Book memes. Like, everybody I don't like is a security. It's a weird sort of thing that Gary Gensler is doing, which is it's abhorrent. And several reporters requested John Hinman's itinerary, and they wanted to see his calendar. They wanted to see who Gary Gensler met with. Gary Gensler refused, which is public record, by the way, refused to turn over his meeting log and calendar. And then when they requested Hinman's, they got a half a report that did not even include when he gave speaking engagements, which we know he gave speaking engagements because they were recorded. And then when pressed about why they didn't do it, the SEC backed off and said, well, they're working on it and they'll get it out as soon as they can. So there's a cover-up going on in the SEC. It's massive and has to be taken down. And shame on every congressional member, and shame on every single senator who is allowing this Gary Gensler scumbag to do this. Like, this is what's going on in the SEC right now is absolutely disgusting. And there should be, and I hope that there's an accounting for what's happening. But let's move on. Crypto market finally got a nice little pump, 53 billion. Not great, but it's 53 billion. We'll take it. Market cap is up to 869 billion. Again, not setting the world on fire because we're not really having a giant relief rally yet, but we're getting a nice run. We look over here, and of course, we can see everything except BNB had a nice little takeoff today. And ApeCoin. ApeCoin is still way down, but BNB, I mean, listen, the investigation continues, and there's a lot of people. And look, if you're blindly in CZ Binance's corner just because of the things that he said, just because of his opinions, and not because of what is or is not happening, you're not being objective, and you should really be more objective. And if they're being investigated, you should treat them with the same nervous sentiment that you treated SBF with, because you didn't know what was going on there. And if you were supportive of SBF and you said, well, there can't be anything wrong there, and you found out that all this shit was wrong, then you shut your mouth, and now you're doing the same thing with CZ. Grow up, because there could be some shady shit going on. Now, until we know that there is, the preponderance of our opinion should be that he hasn't been proven guilty yet. So we need to see what it is that's actually going on. That's what the investigation is about. And it's a 4-year-long investigation. Look, if there was nothing there, they would have stopped 3 years ago. So that's what we're dealing with. So does he know? And listen, everybody does money laundering in these exchanges. Everybody does stuff like that. There's shady shit going on everywhere. But the reason that you're able to do it and do it effectively is because the exchange is in on it. So now let's find out if the exchange is in on it. Reserve your judgment at least until you see the facts, until you see the evidence, and don't just turn this into a hit piece on the guy that you think is the savior for crypto, because 90 days ago, you thought Sam Bankman was too. So put a pin in that shit and shut up. FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried charged with fraud and denied bail. So the scheme was this, that he was U.S. Attorney Damian Williams in New York said Bankman-Fried made illegal campaign contributions to Democrats and Republicans and stolen customers' money, saying it was part of one of the biggest financial frauds in American history. So we're going to find out, and I can tell you this, there's been many different candidates so far who have returned the money wholeheartedly, and we should get an accounting who did and who didn't return the money. And I think that we should make our votes count based on that, if nothing else. Moving on. U.S. prosecutors accused Sam Bankman-Fried of illegal political donations. And again, this is the important part. We find out who they gave money to and who at this point hasn't turned it away. And once we find out those people, we never vote for them again. We should be able to make that agreement. Avalanche launches its core wallet for Android mobile devices. This is a big move for the Avalanche community. A number of projects were brought down by the bear market. Avalanche was not only hit by the bears, but also by the Avalanche Labs controversy in October, while the asset's price did suffer a significant drop. If you remember, by the way, Avalanche, I mean, time and again, it just goes down on the first day of the month, there's just little issues and stuff like that have happened. Or am I thinking of Solana? Maybe I'm thinking of Solana, right? But now that they've launched a wallet, they move into the next level. I mean, this is their next level. So let's watch them grow, and we're going to keep an eye on it. We don't have anything big to report right now, but we do have that this has happened, and that's kind of a neat thing. We should also recognize that Tesla market cap falls below 500 billion for the first time in 2 years. And if you think that Elon Musk is doing a good job, there you go. If you think he's doing a great job, there you go. Still a $500 billion company no matter what, but wasn't it $1 trillion before? Amid speculation and rumors surrounding Binance, exchange token BNB suffers losses from the alleged FUD. And guess what? They stopped withdrawals for a while today. USDC withdrawals were stopped, and they've resumed, or they've since resumed, according to reports. But they stopped their withdrawals for a while today. Following the FTX collapse, here we are. BNB takes a hit from the speculation surrounding the world's largest crypto exchange. Hey, if everything's fine, right? So this is nothing to worry about. So anything that we're seeing right here shouldn't create an issue for BNB, right? Because it will be just fine because everything's fine, right? So there we go. No problem here. Nothing to see here, except Binance resumes USD stablecoin withdrawals after a temporary pause. If everything's fine, why do we have to temporarily pause stuff? Who knows? Binance has resumed processing withdrawals requests for the USD coin USDC after pausing them for several hours. Binance, the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange platform by daily volume, temporarily stopped processing USDC withdrawals due to inadequate USDC reserves on the platform. You need me to say it again? How could you have USDC on your platform and not have enough? And really what this is they want people to use BUSD, and they want, however, Coinbase and some of these other places that you're going to have to take these things through a wormhole in order to decouple, in order to trade. You have to, and look, this is not money. I'm kidding when I wink and say that kind of stuff. This is not a USDC money thing. This is a Binance wants you to use BUSD and not USDT or USDC. So that's why this is happening. So just recognize that there's nothing really bad happening here, other than people were not able to get their money out of the centralized exchange in which the boss once said, if shit like this happens, take your money out. And remember, He didn't say shit exactly like this, but he did say if you can't take your money out, you shouldn't be doing business on that platform because there's something wrong there. Well, something wrong there by CZ Binance own logic. And if you disagree with me, that's okay. You've been wrong before, right? But CZ Binance said, and we're just repeating what he said, if there's a problem, get your money off. And there was a problem. Binance withdrawals surge as concerns about its reserves report spook traders. Binance endured 902 million of net outflows in the past 24 hours, according to data by Nansen. Now, so here we are. Why is the market not pumping? Well, let's go with people are nervous about SBF. People are nervous about what Jerome Powell is going to say tomorrow. And they're nervous because apparently Binance isn't worth a shit, even though everybody trusts him. Now, I can label a party of who's going to trust him. Who's going to trust him the most? Luna Classic holders, because he has been a proponent of Luna Classic since the DPEG. And people who are ultra conservative, because CZ Binance has always said, I'm not worried about that flash. That's not how you do business. While everybody else is making videos with Matt Damon, we're over here working. Now, what are you working on? Because it's not USDC, partner. You know what I'm saying? So it looks like the shine is wearing off there a little bit, and I'm here for it. I don't want to see Binance go down, but hey, if CZ Binance goes down a peg because he's not the thought leader that we think he is, I'm all for that. And finally, Apple plans to allow external iOS apps in Boon for crypto and NFTs. Now, this is just a rumor at this point, but Bloomberg reports that Apple plans to enable the installation of apps from external sources outside of its own app store on iPhone and iPads, according to sources familiar with the plans. The changes are being made in response to the European Union's Digital Markets Act, which requires tech companies to fully comply with restrictions by 2024. So there's no way of getting around it. So if you want to do NFTs on Apple, you're going to be able to do that pretty soon without having to pay 30%. Not really pertinent, but we're just going to go on with that. And yeah, so that's a pretty cool thing, I think, getting all of that happening. So now we've got some more news, and it's going to be DGen stuff. So for the moment, we're just going to go to all right, this is what the chart looked like for Bitcoin today. Still trading at 17.7, so we busted through 17.5. This was the problem. This was the area. We've used it as support. It's time to make that next move. We can see right here, it's 18.1. Now, we get a good report from Jerome Powell tomorrow. We don't get the huge amount of what's going on, then we're in good shape, okay? Ethereum did not hold up nearly as well. You can look over here and you can look at Bitcoin. I mean, they really held up the same, but I don't feel as confident in Bitcoin in Ethereum as I do in Bitcoin right now, because generally speaking, when Bitcoin moves up 5%, Ethereum tends to move about 8 to 10%, and it did not, just moved with the market. And the market is only up 2% now. So, we'll see what happens when the Koreans open up, when the Chinese markets open up, and they see that the Americans have gotten inflation under control. They're going to be inspired. And they're going to say, if they can do it, we can do it. So maybe we should see something happen. Luna Classic continues to just kind of idle in a downward sort of slope. USTC doing the same thing, not showing the pump. Again, we need some information out of USTC in order to get the actual pump out of it. But Luna Classic did go up 2.4% in line with the market, while Luna did go up while the rest of the market in that ecosphere did nothing. Dogecoin was pumping at one point today, but did retrace all the way back down from 9.5 cents down to 9. XRP up just barely. As you're going down the list here, you can see Volt having a little bit of a run today. Decanect up 6.5%, which we're going to get to. Shiba is 2%. Rodney over at My Crypto Journey is fucking this up for everybody. I keep telling him, stop saying good stuff about SHIB because you're moving the price, you're making the money go up. If the money goes up, I can't keep buying more because I'm not buying more at higher prices because fuck that. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get rich, son. I'm not trying to get average. You know what I mean? I don't have the Tesla like he has. So just pamp that shit down just a little bit, please. But the blockchains seem to have been moving. Link, Avalanche, Aave. So the one that didn't, of course, Solana is up 3.5%. But the one that didn't was, of course, BNB. That's the only one that's really not moving very well. I mean, the protocol did not move today, but it's very new, so it's going to have those kind of days. And then as you look up and down here, you see Uniswap having a good day, Ethereum Classic having a good day. So all around, generally a good day. We'll see what tomorrow brings. The Dow Jones did end up, it pumped 700 points. It was the biggest swing since 2008, by the way. What happened today on the Dow? Remember, we saw that God candle this morning where it was up 700 points at the start of the market. We saw that big swing, and then it went back down and ended up positive. Another good positive day, but it's a little bit weird. You know, we have to be able to admit that it was just a little bit weird to see that. Like we're waiting for Jerome Powell. Jerome, you better get your shit together, man, because it's not going to last very long. All right, now let's move into here, and we're looking at Decanect 1849 up 11.5%, number one on my chart for the day. So congratulations to Decanect, and probably the Decanect team, the CCO. Oh, that's me. Never mind. I'm doing great. MMAI is up to 36.14. They are now officially past their launch price, which it sounds silly when you say it. But you know, it's a big pre-sale and stuff like that, and they've gotten back over the hump, so to speak. And my bag in here was $500, and it's now 6.4 ETH, which is 600, 700, about 700 and something dollars. So it's doing something, and that's pretty good. Terrarium up 3.5% on the day. WAGMI having a nice day at 37.23. WAGMI having a nice little run, although it just hasn't translated to big moves yet. But as you can see right here, like it's trending in this upward pattern, following along. So I think that something's going to happen, and a little bit of news on it. So we'll post that in just a little bit. Volt now has 99 exchanges. I don't know what they're going to do for number 100. I don't know. You know, remember the 100th exchange for Shiba Inu was, I think it was Coinbase. So I don't know if that's going to be the one for Volt. You know what I mean? Like the 100th is supposed to be the one that just like rocks your world. So let's see what Voltoshi comes up with. I was just in a chat, by the way, with BRL, and they're trading at 234, down a little bit, starting to make that pump back up. As you can see down here, hit the resistance in the line here. Again, you know, either this is this is a difficult flag to kind of break out. Like, is this a bullish flag because it came from here, or is it a bear flag because it went all the way up here and then came down here and started to consolidate, you know, in this area? Well, the consolidation should be most probably like right in that, like that. This shouldn't be the real pattern to it. So it's really kind of hard to say, but I listened to the plans today, and I do believe that they have a decent enough plan. And let's face it, you know, if a lot of the tokens that we cover, a lot of the stuff that we talk about here, they could only wish to have a $2.3 million market cap. So, you know, we're not, it's not on life support or anything like that. It's still pumping stuff out. Robo Inu now having a little bit of a retracement after that big high up there. And you just look, you can't keep faithful people in your project forever. Once you start to idle just a little bit, and you can see here 4,300, like it's not a lot. It's 4 ETH right here. This guy, this dildo right here kind of collapsed the price. And the pushing down a little bit of Ethereum. When you look at the chart, you'll understand, like it just kind of looks that way. But Lit is still sitting around 60.38, kind of trading sideways. Had a nice little pump here just a little while ago on one of those somebody threw in like for what do you call it? Front run. Somebody got in and front run 1 ETH. Just crazy shit. 2 people did. So it looks like a pump over there, but really it's just kind of some sideways action. So I think nothing of that. Lillian continues. Still no announcement from Lillian. I do have some notes. We're going to go over the notes for Lillian in just a second here. Once that's done, there's no real update. 7-day total down 56%, 24-hour down 20%, 5-hour down 3%, up. We're barely trading even in the last hour. So 2174 in about another hour or so. It's going to close out Coinbase for the day, and once that's done, it's probably going to dump a little bit more. We're going to test this 2080 line right here. And it's going to keep going like that until something breaks and until something happens here. Haven't heard anything on Hulky New in just a little bit. So you're seeing here a little bit of sell down over the last little while. Again, not large volume. It's not like there's huge amounts or anything like that happening over here. But you can see buys and sells are still continuing to trickle and come in, just like everybody else. It's just not, just doesn't have a large trading volume at this point. So we come over here to Bull Run Life, and number 1, Bull Run Life. On the 15th at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, that is when the MADS NFTs are going to launch. Now, the way that this is going to launch is when the staking is enabled, you're going to be able to stake 70% of your tokens. But for every NFT, you'll be able to stake an additional 6% up to 5. So if you hold 5 MADS NFTs, that would be 30%. So you'd be able to stake 100% of your tokens. So if you have 1 NFT, you'll be able to stake 76% of your tokens because you have to stake both at the same time. Also, just depending on which, however you work this out, anywhere from 70% of your tokens to 100% of your tokens can be staked, and you earned USDC every single day. They have a great plan, and the only thing left is to execute. And they do have, and I'm here to tell you, they do have a big plan. Next, Volt is now on 99 exchanges, with CEX Trade becoming the 99th. And the withdrawals and trading will begin on 12/18. So shout out to Volt. They just absolutely continue. This is a never-ending run of just absolutely crushing it and doing what you got to do in this market to continue moving that needle or keeping that needle where it is for the next powerful catalyst to come through. And if the 100th listing, and if they've been waiting all this time for that 100th listing, to be fair, I'm going to be a little disappointed if the 100th listing, because of karma, is not something gigantic. I'm going to be a little bit disappointed in that, but I'm also going to recognize, hey, it's 100 exchanges. I don't care if exchange number 110 is the big one that moves the needle. I don't care. It's just, it would be amazing to see that it would be amazing to see it happen. But, at the end of the day, I look, this is some life-changing stuff. When this bull run hits, everybody's going to know who Volt is. Everybody's going to know who Voltoshi is, and we're all going to look like geniuses. And this is the next SHIB. That's all I'm saying. If you are interested, you can go here to Crypto Stacker Dean and on Twitter, and he did have a Terrarium town hall meeting today, and it went for about an hour and 45 minutes. So if you want to check that out, go check it out. Some interesting information was revealed. Answers to some liquidity issues, things like that. We're all done. So if you're interested, by all means, go check that out. And then the wait is over. The IBC connection between Lunk and Osmo is now officially live. So you can start doing blockchain communication, and that will allow you to do trading back and forth. So congratulations to the entire Luna Classic community. This is the first gigantic step in quite a few gigantic steps that are going to be happening over the next few months. But resuming this as the ability to create apps. There's a lot going on. The transfer of your dApps from one chain to another. They're communicating back and forth to be able to trade more for your Luna Classic. Like all of these things that go with having an IBC bridge. All of that's on the table now. So congratulations to Luna Classic. It's here. MetaMonkey AI, set your reminders for Wednesday holiday giveaway space, Twitter Spaces. Tomorrow at 6 p.m., MetaMonkey AI is giving away 300 Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Everyone is welcome to join the AMA. Do whatever it is that they say inside there. Bark like a dog. Do whatever it is. Do a barrel roll. Whatever they ask you to do. Share the tweet, et cetera, and maybe you can win $300 in MetaMonkey AI tokens. I don't know how much you're giving away for each one. It might be 6 for 50 or 3 for 100. Who knows? But tune in to find out. And yeah. And then finally, and most important, I think, for right now, the Niffy Wars for the Chronicles of WAGMI. This is a comic book, and it mints on 12/19. Number 1 is The Betrayal. It's the title of the first volume in the WAGMI Games comics, and it's pretty enjoyable so far. What I've seen, I've only seen a few pages, but it's the first in the world comic readable in browser on a marketplace, which is GameStop NFT. Join the allow list if you're interested, and you can click on WAGMI. Go to @WAGMI or at WAGMI Game Co, and you'll be able to click on it here, and then you can get in there. As you can see, it should be interesting. Remember, WAGMI takes place in the year 3022. That's why there's 3,022 Genesis NFTs. Look, it's starting to build up. People are getting excited, and once this thing launches, it's going to be the first NFT game on the Apple ecosystem. So there's a lot going on. But anyway, I gotta get out of here tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed the news. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy getting the news as much as I enjoy giving you guys the news, because I think it's important that we're all informed. And as you can see, one of the things that I've been doing here is I'm looking for more news. I'm looking for I'm not going to give you everything. I'm not going to read entire articles to you or anything like that. I'm not going to spoon feed you, but I am going to tell you a lot more about our space. When I say our space, what tokens do we want to cover? Every day, we're going to cover Volt. We're going to cover different tokens in this space. We're going to cover WAGMI. We're going to cover Terrarium. We're going to even cover Saitama. We're going to cover all of the things that people are talking about on Twitter all of the time. Now, if you want to be included in that, then reach out to me. If you're a token or if you're part of a token, you know how to get at me. On Twitter, it's at Bleeves Crypto. On Telegram, it's at Bleeves. We can go to my website, bleevescrypto.com. Download my song, 99 cents, I think it is. And then that certainly helps me. Subscribe for a membership here. Subscribing for a membership helps me out greatly. I've got about 40 or 50 members right now. I'd really like to get that up to 200 or 300, because that really helps me to continue to provide you with this content and to continue doing this, and gives reasons for me to continue doing these shows, because I like doing the shows and I like communicating with you guys. But it takes a lot of time, and I got to make it worthwhile. So if you can at all, subscribe, help a brother out, and make donations when you can. But, and that's a mighty big but. This is not financial advice. My name's Bleeves. I am always right. And we will talk to you guys again very, very soon.
I'm looking for the good life, sitting on top of the world. I want to be shining